Alright, The Cable Guy from 1996. One of my favorite Jim Carrey and all-time dark comedies of the 90s. Uh, it's about this guy, Steve. How about I get his last name right? Kovacs. Yeah, Steve Kovacs, played by Matthew Brodrick. He proposed to his girlfriend and she kicks him out of her place, so he moves into his own apartment. His girlfriend is played by Leslie Mann. Yeah, man, Leslie Mann. Her character. Sorry, my face is scratchy. I'm sorry. Her character's name is Robin. I always remember that. And Steven calls the cable guy to work on his cable so he can get cable. And so the cable guy arrives, but minutes late. Steven's taking a shower because Steven was talking to his friend Rick, played by Jack Black, that the cable guy is running late, and I remember Rick telling him, slip the cable guy $50 and he'll give you all the movie channels for free, even the dirty ones. So finally, the cable guy arrives, played by Jim Carrey. He known he's got a lisp problem. He's always talking like this, or because I know I have a lisp problem too. And his character is, weirdish, but not very scary, but a little weirdish. He always likes to mess with Steven's mind, especially like when Steven tells the cable guy Jim Carrey, "Can you give me all the movie channels for free and dirty ones if I pay you 50?" And the cable guy, he looks like paranoid. What's his name? No, I'm sorry. Let me start over. So Steven was telling the cable guy that his friend Rick told him that that his friend tell. I'm sorry. Sorry, you know how I am. You know how I do these videos. I always mess them up. But anyway, let me try to do it again. Trying to get this review right. Steven tells the cable guy that he says, "I have a friend that gets movie channels for free if he pays this cable guy $50 and he'll give you movie channels for free." And because Steven tells the cable guy that, the cable guy looks like he's mad or that's against the law or something. And he says, then he tells him he's messing with him. He does that through the whole movie, the cable guy. And I'm sorry if I messed up that scene. I was just trying to get it right. So the cable guy is a person. He doesn't have any friends. Doesn't he doesn't have a lot of friends. He asks Steven that if would you consider to hang out with me, and Steven says yes because he has nothing better to do than his job. But so the next day, when it's about to be nighttime, I always remember the scene where Steven tries to order something from the TV, and the cable guy just honks his horn from the van. "Hey, buddy, come hang with me!" And they just hang around the big satellite dish. I always remember that scene, telling each other's personal lives. Later on, we find out the cable guy doesn't have never. I don't think he has a dad, but his mother was a hooker or a slut, and he always wanted to tell. He always wanted a baby brother, and I don't think he ever had a baby brother or sibling or someone he can relate to or talk to. But the TV has always been there for him. He's always been he's always made it through life by watching television because his mother was never there for him. But Steven, he keeps I'm sorry. The cable guy keeps getting into Steven's personal life. But that one scene where he was playing basketball with Rick and their buddies, and the cable guy walks into the gym and says, "Hey, you guys play here too?" Weird. And the cable guy, I forgot to say the cable guy's name's the cable guy's name. His character really doesn't. I mean, his character's name is never really revealed in the movie. And one scene he tells Steven that his name was Ernie Douglas, but his friends call him Chip. That's from My Three Sons, and we find out later in the movie that he's not really a cable guy. He has a lot of alias names like George Jetson, John Duplicard, and he likes to be called the Big Ragu, from Laverne and Shirley. And in one scene, hold on, I'm sorry for pausing this video. I'm just trying to get this right. I know how I am messing my stuff up all the time. But yeah, later on, in one scene where Steven is in jail, the cable guy then tells his real name. It's Larry Tate, but that's not important right now. From Bewitched. So we really don't know the cable guy's real name. We just call him the cable guy in this movie, or Ernie Douglas or whatever. But one scene where the cable guy, Rick, wants the cable guy to play on his basketball team, and the cable guy says, "No way, I'm with Steven." That really pisses Rick off. You can tell Rick, there's something suspicious about this guy, and later on, the cable guy takes Steven to his place, and Steven tries to break up with, Ernie Douglas or Chip Douglas. He really doesn't want a new friend in his life, but, the Chip Douglas keeps interrupting his speech, and one scene they go to medieval times. That's a cool scene. I always wanted to go to medieval times, but I don't think that would ever happen. Where they have to fight in this, not Knights of the Round Table game. They dress up as knights, and they have to do this battle on horses. That's so cool. You also have a Jeanine Garofalo playing this medieval times wench, a waitress, and where Chip Douglas orders that she has that look on her face like, I can't believe I'm working here, man. Oh god, that's so hilarious. But then Chip does something nice to Steven. He gives him this new home entertainment center, but Steven says he can't accept that offer. So, Chip Douglas decides to, before he gets rid of the stuff, he throws him a party at Steven's place, and Chip introduces Chip introduces Steven to this hooker, and Steven and the hooker, they have sex, but Steven doesn't know she's a hooker yet. But the next day, where Chip tells Steven that was a prostitute, Steven gets really pissed off and he kicks him out of his apartment. Man, what else happens? There was one scene where Steven wanted to try to get back with his girlfriend Robin, and they were watching that movie Sleepless in Seattle, which is every girl's favorite movie, that famous chick flick. And where his cable doesn't work, but Chip comes to the apartment, and he acts all pissed off that you forgot to call me today or whatever, but act like he's about to do something, but he's just messing with Steven again. He could just turn. He has like this cable, almost looks like he has this cable in his hand. Almost looks like he cut Steven's cable, whatever cord, but he just flips the switch and it comes back on. It's this dramatic effect. Even Chip tells Steven that. Oh man. But later on, where Steven finally breaks up with Chip really he goes nuts, and he turns Steven in for all the stolen goods, the home entertainment center, and nobody believes him. They think Steven is lying. Before that, there's a powerful scene where Robin was dating Owen Wilson. Robin was dating this guy that Robin really couldn't stand. Owen Wilson is just like this jerk, not really a jerk, but when Owen, Robin's date goes to the bathroom, played by Owen Wilson, like I said, the cable guy, he comes in there, kicks his ass. He kicks Owen Wilson's butt, and he tells him to stay away from Robin. She's taken. And then before he leaves the bathroom, salt peanuts, whatever he says. There's also a backstory that has nothing to do with the cable guy, played by Ben Stiller. The Sam Sweet trial. It's based on the Menendez brothers, but there's supposed to be these twin actors. That one of them kills his twin brother, and he's on trial. It's not really an important story to the movie, but that's just a backstory that Ben Stiller did decided to come up with. I don't know. He didn't write the movie; just he directed it. But later on, where Steven gets out of jail and he takes Robin to his parents' place, and you know the cable guy's there, and Steven is just in shock. So, and the cable guy, or you know, Ernie Douglas, he threatened Steven by blackmailing him with that picture of Steven and the prostitute. And Steven says, "Bastard!" But the cable guy just wants to have a lovely time tonight. So Chip Douglas is just bonding with his family. Steven's not really having a good time. Later on, they play a password, not just password, porno password. And this is my favorite scene of the whole movie. This movie, this scene, this still gets me today. Where Chip. I'm sorry, I keep saying Chimp for some reason. Chip. Yeah. Well, one scene he tries to tell Steven's character the password is. I'm not quite sure how to say this, and whatever he said, I always wanted to know what he said. That really, because forgive me, I always wanted to know. It's unknown what Chip says to Steven. Something porno. It could be the skin of a penis or something. It wasn't a vagina because he gave that password earlier on. But whatever he said to Steven, his face just went very shocking. I wonder what he said to Steven, the porno password. You know that saying. Could it be foreskin? I don't know, but Steven really gets upset, and Chip tries to calm Chip. Chip Douglas tries to calm him down. Says it's just skin, Steven. But Steven, Robin doesn't like how Steven is acting. She calls him an asshole, but Steven punches Chip in the face. But the next day, Chip gets Steven fired from his job, where earlier in the movie, Steven was telling Robin he doesn't like his boss. He's got hair plugs. This guy, hair plugs. And he sends that on the Chip sends that video on the computer, and where the boss sees it, Steven gets fired. But Chip, he gets crazier. Where Steven tries to leave the building. I think Chip gets something with the lights or whatever, the car. He does this voiceover like, Field of Dreams, like, if you build it, he will come. Then he goes, and then the next scene, Rick tells Steven the whole truth. He's not really a cable guy, he's a stalker with mental problems. And I'm going to stop it there. I just almost told the whole movie, but I just had to do this video. I love the cable guy. I think it's a good movie, but it had mixed reviews. I think it did well in the box office, but a lot of people didn't like it or whatever. It's a cult classic. It doesn't matter. Not all movies can do well at the box office. Come on. There's another scene before I end this video. I just want to say this. There's another scene where Steven has his nightmare when Chip tries to come in with green eyes, and then when Chip finally breaks the door down, I like his greenish, ghoulish eyes. He says, "I just want to be your friend, no harm done," or whatever he says. But then Steven awakes from the nightmare, and I'm not gonna give away the whole movie. I really did almost give away the whole movie if you saw the movie, but anyway, that's it. Just check out The Cable Guy. It's a real good movie from Columbia Pictures, 1996. One thing I do miss, no, this was years ago. Yeah, I think 2014. They on the Internet Movie Database. They used to have this message boards where you could talk about the movie. They don't have that anymore in the Internet Movie Database. And there was a lot of people saying on The Cable Guy that a film that was ahead of its time. And then one post said, "I missed 1996. I missed those days." What else it says? Yeah, they were talking about that scene where, what did Chip say to Steven about the porno password that we all don't know? I don't think we'll ever know. If I have to guess, foreskin or something worse than that, I don't know. Oh, before I end this video, I just gotta say this. You know who was considered for the Cable Guy before Jim Carrey took it? It's Chris Farley. Yes, Chris Farley was considered for the Cable Guy, but he couldn't do it because of schedule conflicts with. So I think Black Sheep or Beverly Hills Ninja. I can't remember the. And Ben Stiller, I think, was supposed to play the Cable Guy, but he couldn't do all the big time acting direct. He just did that Sam Sweet, Sam Sweet. That's what I read from the Internet Movie Database trivia section. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm about to end this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to subscribe to my channel. You don't have to like me. You don't have to respect me. Just subscribe. Please, I need more subscribers. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. But check out the Cable Guy if you haven't seen it yet. It's a good movie.